Hello people, today we are going to start our new topic, that is administrative management approach given by Henry Fayol. So let's get started. Administrative management approach. So it is also known as managerial view. This view focused on the organization as a whole. It emphasized on supervisory level and upward. Thinkers who have contributed to this approach are Henry Fayol, Monet, Riley, Golek, Orvik, and M.P. Follett. So this theory is based on certain premises. So they are: first, this approach gave importance to the structure of the organization. They considered that without structure, organization cannot function. Since this approach emphasized on the structure, it is also known as structuralist. So they believe that efficiency of organizations depend upon the type of organization. Next, they assumed that there is universality of expression experience. They developed certain principles of administration which they think are universally valid. These principles derived from them the experience of industrial organization. They believe that the principles they have developed are scientifically valid. They sincerely believe that it is possible to develop a science of administration based on the experience of organization. And last, this theory emerged historically at a point of time when the organization were becoming complex and faced with problem of efficiency and low production. So this theory has emerged the large scale organization to operate efficiency. It is also relevant to understand the administrative process of the contemporary organization. In spite of these limitations, the principle continue to be practiced in the organization. Now we will study about the Henry Fayol and its contribution towards this approach. So Fayol is regarded as founder of administrative management approach. He did not separate public administration and private administration. He concentrated on the top level, that is analysis of managers' activities, which worked from top to bottom level. So his theory is called top-down theory. His theory is also known as macro theory because he studied macro aspect management of total organization. There are some books written by Fayol. So first is General and Industrial Management and the Theory of Administration in the State. The totality of activities in an industrial undertaking are divided into six groups which Fayol has divided. So first is technical activities like production, manufacture, adaptation. Commercial activities like buying, selling, and exchanging. Financial activities like search for and optimize use of capital. Security activities like protection of property and persons. Accounting activities like stock taking, balance sheet, cost, statistics. Management theory or managerial activities like planning, organizing, command, coordination, and control. So here planning is enable the separation of the short run event for the long term consideration. It endows for though to the operations of an organization. Organization to organize any firm or agency by providing it with everything required for its functioning like raw material, tools, capital, personnel, etc. They all classify these activities into two categories: the material organization and the human organization. Next, command. The art of command rests on certain personal qualities and knowledge of the general principles of management. Its degree of proficiency differs from unit to unit. Next, coordination. It means working together and harmonizing all the activities of workers so as the so as to facilitate working of organization. And control. It aims is to obtain conformity with the plan adopted, the instruction issued, and principle establishment. Now we will see the principle of management. There are 14 principles given by Fayol. So they are: first, division of work means specialization of labor produce more and better work with same effort. Authority and responsibility means authority should commensurate with responsibility. Discipline. Obedience should be observed in accordance with the standing arrangement between the firm and its employee. Unity of command. For any action, one employee should have only one boss. Unity of direction. One head and one plan for each activity. Scalar chain. The line of authority of superiors ranging from the ultimate authority to the lowest rank. Centralization: the degree of initiative left to manager varies depending upon top manager, subordinates, and business conditions. Next, order: once the basic job structure has been devised and the personnel to fill the various slots have been selected, each employee occupies that job wherein he or she can render the most effective service. Equity: for the personnel to be encouraged to fulfill their duties with devotion and loyalty, there must be equity based on kindness and justice in employer-employee relation. Remuneration: so the remuneration paid for services rendered should be fair and afford satisfaction to both personnel and the firm. Subordination of individual: so the interest of one employee or group should be prevail over that of the total organization. Stability of tenure means stability conditions should be created to minimize tenure of employees. Initiative: the ability to think of fresh wood as a powerful motivator of human behavior. And last is aspire decrops, that is harmony. Union among the personnel of an organization is a source of great strength in the organization. Now we will see the gangplank. So it refers to the need of level jumping in an hierarchical organization. So if we look in the diagram, if D follows the principle of proper channel of communication, he has to send his message or file to S through C, B, A and so on, covering all levels. So it is however possible for D to use gangplank and avoid going through O and all other intervening layers as intermediates. Recourse to gangplank is possible only when the immediate superior authorizes such a relation. Whenever a disagreement develops between D and S, they must turn the matter to their superior. But Fayol is cautious about gangplank because he feels that it may be less relevant to government agencies in which the line of authority are less clever than the private organization. Now we'll see the criticism. So lacking of specificity, hence not very helpful for administration. So Fayol neglected the structure aspect and his treatment of organization was considered defective. Fayol proceeded to theories functionalism, the basis of functions undertaken in the manufacturing companies, and he ignored the socio-psychological and emotional need of the employee. So we can say that Fayol's theory of functionalism is criticized for its narrow focus, mechanical approach, and neglect of complex factor affecting human behaviorism in organization. But still, there is some relevance for this theory. So, in spite of criticism, the principle of administration continue to found relevant even today. We find working of these principles such as division of work, coordination, delegation, etc. in the present day organization. An organization cannot function without adhering to these principles. Many people have criticized the principle, but they have not developed any alternative to these principles. Right. So that's it for today in administrative management approach by Henry Fayol. In next video, you will see the differences and similarities between Frederick Winslow Taylor's and Henry Fayol's theory. So till then, do like and share the video, subscribe the channel for further content. That's it for today. Thank you.